Some of the teams in town have cooled off a bit, not so with the Soul. They are certifiably the hottest team in town. How did they get there? Where are they going? Find out right now. It's the Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore. And welcome to the Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore. I'm your host, Lou Tilley. It's another one in the win column for the Philadelphia Soul. That makes 5 in a row. And suddenly, a team that was struggling at home has become a real giant on their home turf. Latest case in point, this past Saturday night as Chicago came to town. It was an unusually slow start for the Soul on Saturday night. Chicago's Carson Kaufman connected with Taurus Johnson for a 25-yard touchdown. And then Kaufman found Reggie Gray from in close to close out the first quarter on top, 13-7. But then the Soul defense took charge. They kept Chicago out of the end zone, even with 7 plays inside the Soul 10. Rayshon Kizer's interception, the first of 2 on the night, put an end to that. And then Dan Rodabaugh picked up where he left off last week, finding Tiger Jones for a 30-yard score, and the Soul had a 24-point quarter to lead 31-19 at the half. And then they ran away with it. Jones on his way to a huge night, his 3rd long-distance score. And then that defense forces a fumble, and the recovery in the end zone, Carlos Campbell for a Soul touchdown. A shutout 3rd quarter, and the Soul led 44-19 after 3. And in the 4th, Larry Bracken snares another. And linebacker Joe Gooseby on an all-star run with another interception and a 48-yard return to put a nice cap on the Soul's 5th consecutive win. 58-26 was the final. Rodabaugh continues his excellent string of passing, completing 18 of 25 for 257 yards, 5 scores, and no mistakes. While Tiger Jones looks fully healthy again, with 10 catches for 187 yards and 3 scores. And the Soul moved to 10-5. They're now tied for the best record in the American Conference. And now Philadelphia tied with Jacksonville, as we said, for the best record in the American Conference, both at 10-5. We'll get into what that means as far as playoffs and home field advantage are concerned for the Soul in tonight's edition of the Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore, with head coach Clint Dolezel, Rayshon Kizer, the defensive star of the game, and Dan Rodabaugh, whose star continues to rise as one of the great young quarterbacks in the AFL. It's all in the half hour ahead. The Soul Insider is brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer, by Walgreens Pharmacy at the corner of Happy and Healthy. Stop pain. Stop pain. Exactly what it does. Bud Light Music First. It's the sound of history being made. Here we go. And Executive Auto Body, presenting sponsor of the Philadelphia Soul No Fan Left Behind program.
Scott, he's doing a great job for us, whether it be, the steak meat, the lobster, everything is our own brand. It's a testimonial to Foods Galore.
Service is what's made our company. Loyalty, reliability, honesty. Your growth was one of the main reasons why I evolved in the business.
People look at Chicky and Pete's as a success story, but it's actually your success story. It works just like a marriage, because I still have my wife and I still have you.
Remember this name, Lundy Law.
Bradford White Water Heaters, American made, American owned, built to be the best. Why would you buy any other brand? Visit BradfordWhite.com to find a contractor near you.
It's the Hyundai Drive Your Way Drive of the Game.
Another edition of the Soul Insider brought to you by Foods Galore with the head coach of the Philadelphia Soul, Clint Dolezel. I hope you had a nice 4th of July.
Well, when you win, it always turns out a little bit nicer than if you wouldn't. So, yeah, we had a good 4th of July. Family was in town, so we enjoyed it.
And you had a lot of fireworks on Saturday night, a couple of nights after that. A nice crowd down at the Wells Fargo Center.
Great crowd.
And as we said in the highlights, a little bit of a slow start for you in the first quarter. But then your defense turns it around, Clint. A terrific goal line stand there. Almost like 2 goal line stands, right?
Yeah, we had, 7 plays there inside the 3-yard line and end up, getting a pick at the end zone right there by Rayshon. That was one of the better goal lines stands I've ever seen playing arena football. It was well executed. They played hard. We were all over the quarterback. We were all over the running back. It was pretty.
They got the 7 plays because they got the extra call.
Right. Yeah, it was an extra call. It actually should have went the other way. They had illegal formation on the play and didn't call it. Yeah. And I'm arguing it, and next thing you know, we did grab him a little bit. We got a little out of whack there and ended up having to grab him, but it should have never been happened because of the illegal formation. So it is what it is. Those happen all the time in our game. Your
team now is, as we said, certifiably red hot, hottest team in the AFL right now, the longest win streak for sure. There are 3 teams out west that are really battling, and now in the East, or in the American Conference, I should say, you've tied Jacksonville now for the best record at 10-5, but they own the tiebreaker, so there's 3 games left for you to try and get that extra home field game if you can in the playoffs.
We're looking at that we need to win all 3 of them. They've got a couple tough games. I know they got to go to Spokane. But if we lose 1, that means they have to lose 2 out of the last 3. So we need to go ahead and sweep all 3 opponents, which we're playing good football, which is not out of the question. We are playing some tough teams, but we've got to go out and and control our destiny by winning all 3 games.
Good time to tell the folks that the next regular season and the last regular season home game is coming up Friday night. A little unusual spot in the schedule this year.
It is. We're playing Utah at home on Friday night at 7. They're not playing great football, but God, they've got so many talented guys. It's just you wonder when they're going to fix it, and you hope they don't come to our house and fix it, on that night, so we're not into a battle. But if we keep playing well the way we have and playing well in all 3 phases, it should be a good night for us.
And then after the Utah game, and let's hope you take care of business on the home floor and get above 500 for the first time all year on your home. Then you're on the road, tough ones too, San Jose and San Antonio to end the regular season.
Right, and they're both fighting for playoff, seedings.
Yeah.
I know San Jose would be up first. They're already in the playoffs with a good record.
11-4.
Correct. And then San Antonio is fighting with Chicago to try to win their division. So it won't be easy either way it goes. But we play well on the road, so we're not too worried about that. We'll worry about that in 2 weeks.
Jacksonville has the tough game coming up with Spokane, another 11-4 team, and then I think they've got New Orleans and Tampa Bay to wrap up their regular season.
It's not easy because they're both trying to fight for spots. New Orleans is fighting for the 4th spot with Orlando to try to get in, so they're going to be battling all the way through it. And Tampa's kind of been reeling a little bit lately, so they don't want to go into the playoffs, with a slow, finish there. So they're going to be playing hard as well.
It's that time of the year to talk about playoff ramifications, as you know, or maybe you don't. The Soul made it all the way to Arena Bowl last year, and the championship game against Arizona might be heading that way again. And the first playoff game is set for the Wells Fargo Center. That's August the 3rd, and maybe you get 2 home games if you can win that one and get that home field.
That's our goal. We win the division, last week, and now our goal is to win the conference. And to do that, I think we have to win all 3 and get a little help from Jacksonville.
Quick word about your defense this past week. It has been the story of your season, I think, surprisingly maybe, with a guy like yourself, known as an offensive guy, and you've got a defensive juggernaut, the best points against total in all of the AFL.
Our secondary's played at a really high level all year, which has in turn made our front 4 rushing a lot better as well. We're making the quarterback hold the football. Kaiser's starting to come back to his old self. He started getting picks. Joe Goosby's played great all year long. He's probably in for some kind of MVP candidate type stuff. So they're playing at a high level over there.
Goosby, of course, is what we call the jack linebacker, who is sometimes forgotten with the limitations that the rules put on that position in the AFL, but it's hard to forget him. He's made a lot of big plays this year.
He seems to make 1 or 2 plays every single football game, and keeps us in it. When we're down a little bit, gets us back into it. He's definitely been one of the unsung heroes on defense.
And with Brandon Perkins, you have 2 very versatile linebackers there in that spot.
Perkins is probably the leader of the defense. He's quiet. but what he says goes in the huddle, and they perform for him. And he was one of the first guys I wanted to go after in the offseason this past year to get Perkins back in there, and it's paid off.
Dan Rotteball coming off another great game, Clint.
He did, played well. He's executing the offense to a T right now. He's playing catch, they're dropping back, and whatever they give him, he's taking it. And the receiver's doing a good job of getting the end zone on certain things. We're a little banged up with McDaniel out, but this past weekend, Emory stepped right in there and we didn't miss a beat. So we're fortunate to have the receivers we have.
We'll talk with Dan. He is the man right now. Is he heading towards a championship in the Arena Bowl in this year to come? We'll find out. We'll talk with Dan and also one of the stars of the game on defense, Rayshon Kaiser. When we continue, it's the Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore.
Ticket packages are available for the next Soul home game. Call the ticket office at 888-789-SOUL or PhiladelphiaSoul.com.
10 years is a long time. 100,000 miles is a long way. So choose the right car, the Elantra. It carries Hyundai Assurance with America's best warranty. 10 years, 100,000 miles. Test drive the Elantra during the 100,000 Reasons event. Learn why the Elantra holds its value better than any car in its class, according to ALG. You'll also get 0% APR financing for up to 60 months, only at your local Hyundai dealer.
Bernie Robbins Jewelers in Radnor, Newtown, Marlton, Summers Point, and the Borgata.
Remember this name, Lundy Law.
Here's the Colonial Marble rock-solid player of the game.
And here he is, the Colonial Marble player of the game, the rock-solid player of the game, Rayshon Kaiser, from the defense. Last time you were on the show, you started off the year slow with interceptions, and you told me you were going to get 10. You're just 2 away with 3 games to go. You got a shot.
Yeah, I mean, I really do. 3 games left. All I need is 2 more, so we'll see how I finish these last 3 games off.
They come in bunches for you, don't they?
Occasionally. When I'm hot, I'm pretty hot on the field. I normally get at least 2 a game if I'm hot, but, my average is at 1 a game.
What do you credit the difference from a year ago? Your defense statistically is much improved from a year ago, almost by 10 points a game better this year.
You got to give a lot of credit to Coach Dozell.
Smart answer. He's sitting right there, yeah.
Not taking away from Coach Plank from last year, but just Dozell, he just know the game more. He put us in better positions to make plays. He mushed the front and the back together. So, it all goes in together.
Now, we all get to know each other pretty good the last couple of years, and I do the games on TV with your general manager, Tom Goodhines, right? Mm-hmm. The last game we did together, you were having a great game, but I think you kind of missed a tackle late in that game, and Tom gave you a little hard time about it on the air.
Yeah, not even Tom, even my teammates, they give me a hard time. They always say I don't want to tackle nobody.
Yeah, that's what he said, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
But I stick my nose in there every now and then. But I'm not really known for the tackling type. I leave that for Rico and Carlos and Romaine and David Richardson. I'm more pick guy, finesse guy.
So you're a ball hawk. You're out there trying to break up the passes. or pick them off.
Oh yeah, I mean that's my main thing when the ball's in there. I'm trying to get the interception or at least get the pass breakup.
Well, this defensive stop here, this goal line stand where they had 7 cracks at the end zone from the 3-yard line, and they stopped them, and you got the interception. That probably turned the game around.
Yeah, I mean we fed off the crowd. They gave us a lot of momentum, probably the loudest I ever seen the Philly Soul Arena get in there. So, like I said, they just gave us a lot of momentum. We fed off of that, and I made the play.
We're coming down the home stretch now. You got 3 games left in the regular season, then the playoffs, a chance to get back to Arena Bowl, maybe a chance to meet Arizona again, although the West is wild right now. Do you think you've closed the gap? I mean, certainly when they were here, you had them on the ropes.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the goal, to get even with those guys and get the championship?
Well, like you said, they got it tough over there. So, I mean, San Jose and Spokane, they're no slouches over on that West Coast.
11-4.
Yeah, so it's not going to be an easy road for Arizona to get back to the Arena Bowl. I mean, even us, we got to get past Jacksonville, and we'll see the other 2 teams that's going to be in the playoffs. But like I said, it ain't going to be an easy road for us too. We just got to keep our focus and keep going, pushing.
How's the locker room versus a year ago? What's the feeling? Is this, have you been goal oriented to that championship since kind of when the game ended last year against Arizona with a loss?
Oh yeah, I mean everybody know we'll go back to the Arena Bowl. That's our main focus. Getting back to the Arena Bowl. That's all we talk about is the Arena Bowl. So, that's our main focus going into basically our last final stretch of the season. So that's what we're pushing for.
You've been listening to Rayshon Kaiser, who was the star on defense, but Dan Rodabaugh, we can call him Dan the Man when it comes to arena football right now. He's the quarterback, and you'll meet him again right after this as the Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore, continues.
Ticket packages are available for the next Soul home game. Call the ticket office at 888-789-SOUL or PhiladelphiaSoul.com.
Colonial Marble and Granite. Quality, selection, service, and price. We're the nation's leading fabricator. We buy direct, saving you money. Offering thousands of choices and hundreds of colors. All on site in our one-of-a-kind indoor slab yard. Colonial Marble and Granite. The original home of the $19.99 special. Get your new granite countertop for just $19.99. Fully installed. Stop by our King of Prussia Super Showroom and see how easy, affordable, and beautiful your countertops can be. Visit us online at colonialmarble.net.
Remember this name, Lundy Law.
Hi, I'm Tony Mitchell, Brinker Simpson & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We offer comprehensive financial compliance and tax services. As Philadelphia's leading tax and advisory firm, we let our clients say it best.
Tony and his team at Brinker Simpson provided the expertise of a large accounting firm, but didn't forget their small business roots.
Brinker Simpson has a clear business vision that looks beyond spreadsheets and numbers and sees opportunities.
At Brinker Simpson, firm relationships build success.
And now, the Stop Pain Stop of the game.
Joe Gooseby with another huge defensive play, and all of a sudden the defense, you might think, is becoming the centerpiece in a game that's centered around offense. And I'm with the leader of the offense for the Philadelphia Soul, Dan Rodabaugh, who's coming off another excellent game. It was hard to beat last week when you nearly threw a perfect game, but you were darn close. 75% completions again this week, Dan.
I mean, we're just trying to get in a rhythm, and I think we're catching fire at the right time. I give a big thanks to the receivers for making plays with the ball in their hand. I'm just trying to get it out as quick as I can, give it to them with space and room to run, and then let them do all the hard work. So
I know the game's always about learning at the quarterback position, and sometimes you got to learn again and again and again and again. I know your career's been a little bit cyclical, and there was a point this year were you getting a little off track and had to get back to basics?
Yeah, I think to start the season, the first probably 8 weeks of the season, you know, we were kind of going down a bumpy path. We'd play well for a half and then come out and kind of go back and play pretty elementary. You know, make some bad reads, some stuff that's uncharacteristic of how I normally see myself playing. But, I mean, yeah, Clint and I sat down and talked about some things we need to do better. And we just started putting in a little bit more work after practice with the receivers just a little bit. And, you know, every time you can pound that film room's good, too. And we've been really, really hammering the film with all the guys, make sure we're on the right page at the right time. And, I mean, if we can get the O-line to play as well as they do, we're going to be in great shape. So
here we go, leading the league in best protection again for the second year in a row. And I know when you have that extra second that you can check down and find sometimes the easier throw makes a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of teams try to play us in zone coverages because we are effective at throwing the ball over the top to Tiger or Ryan. I know it may look like we just do a lot of dinking and dunking down the field, but that's because teams are playing zone, and we're going to take what you give us. You know, if they're going to give us a wall route or a hot route, we'll take it. We're not greedy. And I think maybe earlier in the season we were being a little too greedy. And now, hey, take what they give you, march it down there, and we're pretty good inside the 5 with number 4 back there. So.
They were talking about Derrick Ross now, the best pure, true running back in all of arena football.
Oh yeah.
What a difference that makes, huh?
I mean, Derrick's doing a good job this year. He's really trying to transform his blocking a little bit, and he stepped it up. He's, I mean, you know, he's a terror with the ball in his hands. Guys try to avoid.
Yeah, they don't like to hit him.
No. But I mean, I'm proud of him for stepping up this year, and we've been throwing it more than we have in the past, and he's done a good job stepping up there and blocking his little tail off.
Tiger breaks out this week again. 10 catches, 187 yards, 3 touchdowns. After a couple of weeks for him, kind of average numbers. Is he healthy again? Because I think he was a little bit dinged up.
Yeah, Tiger's a guy who's pretty meticulous about how he takes care of his body, and I don't know if he was feeling up to tip-top Tiger shape.
Tip-top Tiger shape.
Yeah, but
wow.
I mean, game day Tiger's going to make sure he's ready to go, and I mean, maybe his number just wasn't called as much in the last couple games, but when it was called this week, man, you see what he does with it. So.
Dan Rotteball, you talk about numbers. Go back and look at his last 7 weeks. Not coincidentally, the Soul has won all but 1 in that streak in 5 in a row. The quarterback of the Philadelphia Soul, 1 home game remaining, and then the playoffs. Here's where you can get your tickets for this weekend's game against Utah and then the playoffs on August 3rd. When we come back, one of our favorite friends of the Soul and of the Philadelphia community, Leonard Lundy from Lundy Law, joins us right after this on the Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore.
Ticket packages are available for the next Soul home game. Call the ticket office at 888-789-SOUL or PhiladelphiaSoul.com.
Ron Jaworski here for Stop Pain, the topical pain reliever I reach for when I need to stop pain cold, because nothing lasts longer. Stop Pain helps manage the pain associated with a vibrant, healthy lifestyle. So when you need fast pain relief that really works, look for the red stop sign to stop pain in its tracks. Stop Pain is available in gel, spray, and my favorite, hands-free roll-on application. Stop Pain can be found nationwide at CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, and Walmart. Stop Pain, exactly what it does.
Ready for a little fun? You could scratch your way to instant winning. Play the Pennsylvania Lottery's new instant game, Wheel of Fortune, with 10 top prizes of $100,000 or a trip to Hollywood and an audition for a chance to be a contestant on TV's Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of fun to give your luck a spin. Keep on scratching.
Bradford White Water Heaters. American made, American owned. Built to be the best. Why would you buy any other brand? Visit BradfordWhite.com to find a contractor near you.
Remember this name, Lundy Law.
Soul Injury Report brought to you by 1-800-LUNDY Law. Remember this name. Here's a look at this weekend's game. The Injury Report brought to you by 1-800-LUNDY Law. Remember this name. You know, when you look at that injury report and you realize how well the Soul have done, doubly impressive the job by Clint Dozel, the training staff, and General Manager Tom Goodhines. 1-800-LUNDY Law brings you the injury report, and here's the man himself, Leonard Lundy. Hey, another fun season with the Soul.
Great season.
Enjoy having you on the show.
Yeah.
And you've got another big night coming up before the
We
home
do.
season concludes, and it's this Friday night, right?
This Friday night, it's the last push for us for the Lundy Law Library Express. We're going to give away a field pass for every 2 new books you bring, children's books, to donate to Children's Hospital. Bring 4 books, you get 2 field passes, and a chance at the grand prize drawing, which is a meet and greet with Ron Jaworski. We did it before, it was so successful, we're repeating it again.
What does that mean, a field pass?
So you get to go on the field before a game, you get to hang out in the beginning of the game when all the people come out and the motorcycles come out and all the players come out, say hello to the players. It's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
And to remind folks who haven't seen you here before to talk about the book drive, these are for the kids at Children's Hospital who can't get out of their rooms.
Right. So what we have is we have mobile carts that are pushed around by volunteers, and they go to every room, they go to every treatment room, and the children at Children's Hospital, whether they're inpatient or outpatient, can take a book, age-appropriate book, keep it, read it, use it, fill it in, take it home with them. So it's just gives us a lot of joy to be able to do that.
And you say we because I know your wife has been instrumental in this initiative.
Judy runs the initiative. She'll be there Friday night. I regrettably am actually being a lawyer in Wyoming. So please come down to the game. Bring books. As many books as you bring, we'll give you a field pass for every 2 books you bring.
And that's important to note. It's a Friday night game for the first time all year,
yes,
right?
That's correct.
Nice job,
7
Leonard.
o'clock. Thank you, Lou. Thanks for having us. Thanks for allowing us to do this for the team.
Leonard
It's great.
Lundy, not only an icon among the legal profession, but one of the great philanthropists now in the Philadelphia area. Good
Well,
work to you and Judy.
Thank you. We're really enjoying it, Judy and me.
It's the Soul Insider, and you get to meet what's really inside the soul of our sponsors and our whole family here at the Philadelphia Soul. We thank you for joining us. Next game Friday night down at the Wells Fargo Center, then on the road for 2, and then the first playoff game. We'll see you throughout the entire run all the way to the Arena Bowl. For Foods Galore, Chickies and Pete's, I'm Luke Tilley. See you next week on the Soul Insider. The Soul Insider is brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer, by Walgreens Pharmacy at the corner of Happy and Healthy. Stop pain. Stop pain. Exactly what it does. Bud Light Music First. It's the sound of history being made. Here we go. And Executive Auto Body, presenting sponsor of the Philadelphia Soul No Fan Left Behind program.